fanfiction. If you are not here for bad fanfiction, you are in the wrong room. Is anyone here not for bad fanfiction? I saw someone just leave. Okay.
I'm here especially for bad fanfiction.
Hey!
We had to run from the Sheridan.
Damn. Here comes our final panelist.
Hi. We, the both of us that are just coming in, just came back from Kinky Sex 101.
Oh, is that tonight? Oh.
For this panel.
We got a stage this year?
Yes, and my
Alright! Hi guys!
This is an 18+ panel. So if you are not 18, I will not tell you to leave. I will let Anime North decide that, but I will tell you that you may walk away scarred. So if you want to do some growing up really fast, this is the panel for you.
testing. 1, 2, 3. Good.
Okay.
The JoJo panel.
Hello everyone! Hi! I hear a lot of chatter in the room. You're all excited? Awesome. Who wants to get weird? Who wants to break? To everyone else, sorry. We're not sorry.
We salute you.
Michelle, you're our moderator. Oh, I thought you were.
I'm the moderator this year? Oh shoot.
I can do it if you want.
No, that's cool.
I'm really good at working a room.
It's a stay where I leave it. There we go. Alright, so we have a number of fanfictions. How many do you guys have?
I just have the one, Batman and Robocop Find Love.
Okay.
I have 2 very short but very bad ones.
I have like a list of...
Sonic and the Great War. And My Little Pony, Friendship is Danger.
I have a list of 8. I'm not going to read all 8, but I will let people pick which one they want to hear the most. So how about this? Let's go with least to most. So I don't actually know your name. Megan.
Hi.
Nice to meet you,
Hi,
Megan.
I'm Megan.
If you'd like to start, Megan, the stage is yours.
I can start.
Please.
There's believe it or not, there's a little bit of like backstory to this whole shenanigan of Batman and Robocop fucking.
I say just jump right in.
I'm just gonna jump right in, although I am going to give some backstory, that way you guys aren't lost. No, it is a one shot.
Do we need the backstory?
Well, Batman visits Detroit City because his Oliver cousin is sick
Okay.
and dead, so they get Robocop, and then Robocop sees him. Robocop sees Bruce Wayne be Batman, and he's like, "Oh no, how can I protect my identity?"
I say just start reading from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with Batman, Bruce Wayne, going, "Holy fuck, are you going to arrest me?" "No, you are an agent doing vigilante work in a city where cops don't abide the law. I defend law, not the system." "Then there is a way to extract your memories before they know everything." "Yes, but it'll involve your masculinity." "My what?" "I need to fuck you, Batman. This way my memories backup is ejected from my butt. And we can delete what is important to preserve your identity." Bruce Wayne stood in awe, looking at Robocop's face. He must give away his manhood to be Batman again, or face the consequences of his life-saving deeds. Why your memory backup is expelled when you fuck. This is a method to preserve my intimacy. If I want to sleep with a whore or a male escort, it's my right to delete my sexual encounters so no one acknowledges its existence. Bruce put his own hand on his chin and thought a bit. He has to think about this. There wasn't something Bruce would like to admit. Bruce had a reputation to preserve, even if he likes the young lads.
I think
Okay.
porn.
They have to, well, first they find Robocop's Robo-Dick because he left it at home. They have to find something to replace his Robo-Dick.
It's detachable.
Look, Robocop, it's a flashlight. Do you think you can use it? It's too small, Batman. I need an 8-inch good metallic part. This shit is made of plastic. Batman then searched more, but no use. Then he remembered his Bat Utilities belt. He reached for it and found his Bat smoke grenade. 8 inches and a good titanium metal cover. Robocop, I found it, but you must be very gentle or else you'll pull off the grenade pin. Robocop picked the grenade, attached it to his crotch, and red lights got immediately on the grenade's body. What's this, Robo? It means I'm very excited. Your ass is very round and I love leather-clad men. Whoa, I never saw my ass. I guess the leather modeled him very good. But now, Robocop, we need lube. I don't have any, just blue grease. We can use my lubricant oil. It's a bit old and needs a change, so there's no problem wasting it. Robocop then pushed a button on his left buttock. It's spelt wrong. Liberating a good dose of oil on his penis grenade.
Read it exactly as it's spelled.
It's hard.
I know.
Liberating.
Good one.
This grenade is very large, Robocop. Don't go fast or you'll rip my hemorrhoids. Demand computed. I'm adjusting the pumping pressure. It's adjusted to level 3 from 10 levels of possible pleasure. Batman then cracked open an abandoned warehouse, a famous bums community. But today the vagrants were all partying at the beach, making orgies and drinking hot beer. There's a dirty bed full of dandruff and pubic hair. The semen is still fresh and smelling very bad, all mixed with black-red blood. Possibly a homo was fucking the unwashed, hemorrhagic ass of a tramp. That was the only usable bed. The others were shredded and covered in vomit and worms. Robocop, you stay under me. I'm not touching this AIDS-covered shit. Computed, Batman. I don't need to move myself. My adapted penis is capable of independent movements. Robocop laid on the bed, waiting for Batman's ass to come and involve his machine-pumping ready member. Batman removed his gloves, his pants, his cape, and his shirt. He was only dressed with his boots to not touch his bed, his Bat Utilities belt, and his mask. His dick was very hard, because this is the first time Batman would make love with the cyborg man.
Okay, just stop it here, because we do this every year just to make sure the crowd is happy. Give a cheer. Would you like her to keep going? Okay. You asked for it.
Bats then sat, and the metallic cylinder slowly opened his ass. The old oil was helping a lot, but Batman found a problem. Robocop, it's cold in here. No problem, Batman. And then Robocop activated the thermal transporter unit, heating his penis grenades to the temperature of a human body. That's better. You know how to please a man, Robocop, said Batman, moving his body up and down on the titanium power rod. The artificial nature of that android could matter less to Batman. He could feel a heat beating inside the steel-covered chest. Batman, still being penetrated softly, reached his hands on Robocop's thighs. The hardness of that machine man was very ostensible. The stealth of his legs was very sensual, resembling his Batmobile. Robocop was liking too, despite his dull countenance. He never penetrated such a strong man as Batman. With his hands, he gently cherishes the scar-laden back of the man-bat, feeling every imperfection and brutality his lover suffered throughout his life. For this moment, he can ease the pain that this lonely man stands every day in the violent, dark streets. Shed a tear. much more.
Okay. I'm gonna ask again, just because we have two other panelists that still need to read. Do you want her to keep going?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to read next?
Yeah, I'm totally okay. This is a good place to really feel the emotions.
Okay, I'm gonna read next. I'm gonna let you guys decide though, because I have two. They're both extremely short. Show of hands, who wants to hear Sonic and the Great War? Okay, My Little Pony, Friendship is Danger. I think just the fact that one got cheers means My Little Pony wins. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. It's literally 2 pages. We're gonna be done in less than 5 minutes, guys. Okay. Chapter 1. Rainbow Daz woke up and went to at the garden. It starts off great. Hello, Rainbow Dash, said a girl pony who named Flyhoof. Okay, hello Flyhoof. I have never met you before. I'm including grammar too, this is great. No, I am a new pony, and we have to find Applejack. Seems like a good mission. First, Rainbow Dash went to Applejack's house and they ate an apple pie, and then they went to the space base where they had to get ready to go into space. Okay. Put on your spacesuit, Rainbow Dash. Okay. And then when they landed on the moon and everything was okay, and they had a picnic, but they couldn't eat because they had to keep their spacesuits on, so it was only a pretend picnic. They went to the moon to have a pretend picnic, guys. It's legitimate. But while they were gone, 100 disasters happened. Exactly 100. We have to go back too, Flyhoof said. To where? I don't know. Flyhoof was a pegasaur, but she had horn like unicorn, but it didn't do anything. Guys, pay attention, this is a very fast-paced story. So they went back to United Equestraland and found Fluttershy and Twilight Sparkle and the other one. And they went to solve, yeah, we're almost at the end, okay? The disasters. First, they found a crocodile, and they kicked its head, and it went oof! And they gave back all the children it ate, and they were fine. But it wasn't time to say hooray, and they had to get to the job deal done if they wanted to solve the rest of the disasters, and the crocodile felt bad, and he offered to help. My name is Crunch. All right. I am Rainbow Dash, and these are my friends, and they all went to find the big tree that was burning down. So they put out the burning tree. We have to not go in the forest because it is danger. And they went into the forest, and Fluttershy got caught in a bear trap, and then she died.
What?
Hold on. Okay. Fluttershy is dead. Oh no. Okay. We will find a key. Please of hurrying, my leg is very much blood, Fluttershy said with a cry. She's soft now. Yeah, she just died. Okay. So they found a lumberjack pony who came with axe and cut the bear trap off, but he got lost. Along the way, they solved almost all the other disasters and then found the lumberjack, but he was very sick. I was bitten by a poisoned snake. Poisoned, as in the snake was poisoned and then he bit. Okay. That isn't true. You are hallucinating. Oh my god, I misspelled correctly. And you just got a toad poison. Oh, poison. But I did not eat a toad. But it does not matter. Some toads are poisonous, even if you look at them at their eyes. Author's note. Author's note. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but it's part of the story. So the lumberjack was solved of the last disaster and everyone was safe. But Fluttershy could not talk because she was shot. I'm just gonna go out on a whim and say that this author does not like Fluttershy. And the blood was everywhere, and then Fluttershy coughed and 100 blood came out. Then she went nothing and everyone saddened. One day, they would learn to live their lives, not lives, lives, without Fluttershy, who was dead. The end! Short and sweet. So, 11:20, so we've got a lot more time. So we have a few more. Michelle has a good 8. She's gonna read the titles and if you want it, cheer.
Yes, so I will read the title and the description because not all of them are very descriptive. So I'm just gonna go down the list. Either stick your hands up or make a lot of noise if you really want to hear it, all right? So, number 1, Jack Sparrow discovers, with an apostrophe S, true love. When Jack Sparrow is jealousy of Will Turner's girlfriend, he get his own girlfriend to make Will jealousy, but they fall in true love. That's number 1. Who would like to hear number 1? Good. Okay, everyone's kind of like disturbed by it. All right. Number 2, Hogwarts, School of Prayer and Miracles. Closed.
Okay. So, sorry to cut in. I'm really bad for that. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm gonna say, based on that cheer, that one wins.
I'm gonna go with it, yeah.
Before we begin, to anyone in this room, the story, we did not write it. It is not meant to deface anybody's faith or what anybody believes in. And we do apologize.
Read it.
Yeah, we do apologize if you take offense, but this is not a political platform, so please understand that at least. You have been warned.
I'm going to read the description so it provides some context.
That's fair.
Do you want your little ones to read books and they want to read the Harry Potter books, but do you not want them to turn into witches? Well, this is a story for you. This story has all the adventure of JKR's books, but will not lead your children astray. For concerned mommies everywhere, blessings, Grace Ann. I see the look of horror on most people's faces right now. So I guess I know what I'm reading then.
Let's do this.
Let me open it up.
Okay, let's read a few more titles before we decide.
Oh, you want to hear a few more titles before we decide?
What do you guys think?
You want to hear a few more titles?
Wait, was that a yes or a no? Yes to a few more titles?
Yeah!
Okay. So, number 3, First Encounter. Hogwarts has contracted a disease called loneliness, and the giant squid as the only cure. You heard that right, guys. It's Hogwarts x Giant Squid. Who would like to hear it? Okay, so that was, I think the Prayer of Miracles is a bit louder than that, but that's pretty good. We have Better Days, Complete. Shocking. This is a sequel to Unknown. 7 years after Harry, Draco, and Severus declared their unspaced, dying love for each other, Harry and Draco fall pregnant. is in dire need of help. Who would like to hear that one? I'm still thinking the prayer and miracles is winning so far.
Prayers and miracles? Okay.
Chapter 1. Author's note. Hello friends, my name is Grace Ann. I'm new to this whole fanfiction thing, but recently I've encountered a problem that I believe this is the solution to. My little ones have been asking to read the Harry Potter books, and of course I'm happy for them to be reading, but I don't want them turning into witches. So I thought, why not make some slight changes to these books? So that they're family friendly. And then I thought, why not share this with all the other mommies who are facing the same problem? So, ta-da! Here it is! I'm so excited to share this with all of you. So, without further ado. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Harry Potter who lived under the stairs in a big house on Privet Drive with his aunt and uncle. He was a good, obedient boy who did all his chores, but he felt that there was something missing in his life. Something big and special, but he could not quite name it. He stayed up every night and wished for the special something. But then one day, there was a knock at his door, and everything changed. Answer the door, Harry! His Aunt Petunia, a career woman, barked from her armchair where she sat with her feet up. She had short, curly blonde hair and never wore any makeup. Uncle Vernon nodded sheepishly from the kitchen and put a tray of moist, chocolatey brownies in the oven. Shouldn't you be doing that? Harry thought, but he was a very obedient young boy, so he answered the door right away. He turned the brass metal doorknob and pulled open the heavy wooden door. Congratulations, Harry. On the porch was standing a huge, muscular man with a big, manly beard, and he was dressed in a plaid red shirt, blue jeans, and sturdy leather boots. His chest was covered in a thick, unruly carpet of coarse brown hair. He wore a necklace that looked to Harry like a lowercase t. Just looking at Harry feel happy, peaceful somehow, but he couldn't say why. Good morning, kiddo, the man greeted amiably and smiled at Harry. He had the peaceful, friendly sort of face you knew you could just trust. My name is Hagrid. Could I speak to your mommy and daddy? I don't have mommy and daddy, Harry replied sadly, and looked at his raggedly old shoes that were blue. Perhaps that was why he felt so lonely, he thought, not for the first time. Maybe that was what he was missing, a mommy and daddy. But no, that was not quite right. I am so sorry to hear that, Hagrid uttered empathetically. You can speak with my auntie and uncle, Harry retorted politely and blinked his big, blue, childlike eyes. Harry has green eyes. What the hell? What do you want? Aunt Petunia peered out of the door with her narrow, suspicious eyes, and she was wearing a baggy, unflattering pantsuit. Hello, neighbor. I was wondering if you have been saved, Hagrid exclaimed brightly, and tipped his wide-brimmed straw cowboy hat. What? Aunt Petunia laughed a gravelly laugh and leaned forward on her sturdy, practical boots. Saved? Don't tell me you were one of those Christians! Harry did not know what that word meant, but Hagrid's smile was one of the most peaceful he had ever seen. It made Harry feel warm and happy inside just seeing the glowing, radiant grin on the kind, friendly stranger's face. He wondered why Aunt Petunia and Aunt Vernon did not smile like that. Yes, I am, Hagrid replied kindly. Are you? Aunt Petunia laughed again and stuck her pointy, sharp nose up in the air. We are too smart for that. Haven't you read Dawkins? God is dead. Dawkins proved that. Would you like us to educate you on the Dawkins? What is a Christian? Harry queried innocently and scuffed his shoe on the shaggy yellow carpet which had not been vacuumed in quite some time. Christians are people who want to be good. Sorry, you guys cool?
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure the audience is still okay.
Oh, yes.
Are we still okay?
Should we continue? Okay.
I'm feeling a little loss of energy. Can I get confirmation?
Okay. Thank you for calling me on that.
Okay. She's gonna, what time is it?
11:29.
Okay.
You want me to switch to the squid? Okay, we can do squid.
We're all here for the digging.
We're all here for the sex. Okay, my bad then. Sex it is.
Okay.
This one is short, this one is plot. What plot? DWP. Alright. Unbeta, one shot from the author's note. Hogwarts sighed, and it echoed within his empty halls. Hogwarts is a guy, apparently. The students had all left for summer, and he felt empty and useless. Hagrid was often around, but he was usually too focused on bizarre animals to fulfill the needs of Hogwarts. Professors would pop in occasionally, but being a magic school, Hogwarts didn't need much upkeeping. The little he did need was taken care of by Filch. He shuddered, causing small trembles throughout his halls that was barely discernible, except by the spiders and owls. He didn't care much for Filch, wishing he could walk without his squid feet touching his magnificent stone floors. He had long since stopped trying to force his floors open to swallow Filch and Mrs. Norris whole. Besides, if he kept it up, he would be risking a prolapsed staircase, and that was no laughing matter. The giant squid saw how miserable Hogwarts was. It was true that he also missed the students, but for an entirely different reason. He missed their terrified screams as he revealed himself, rising from the murky depths of the lake. His huge eyes stared mournfully at his very large tentacles. At one time, he had dreams of being an actor. The larger he grew, the fewer agents and scouts would come calling, until they finally stopped altogether. There wasn't much in the market for a squid that would split a schoolgirl from stern to stern. He stared at his tentacles as they moved gently in the current. Schoolgirls were out. A plan formed in his mind, and he swam to the surface, hesitating momentarily before pulling himself from the water. It ran off his rubbery skin in rivulets as he made his way across the grounds. No humans were around to witness the incredible trek, and no human would believe his eyes if he had been a witness. Hogwarts watched the giant squid approach and felt apprehension well up in his kitchen. "What are you doing?" The words weren't spoken, but they were understood. "Just trust me," the giant squid replied, caressing Hogwarts' outer walls. "I'm not ready," Hogwarts exclaimed, trying to push the giant squid away with his magic. "Hogwarts, you're lonely. I'm lonely. We don't have to be. Besides, you can't go around manipulating your staircases." "You know about that!" "Everyone does it, sort of." "That's besides the point. The temperature within rose in embarrassment." "I'll go slow, I promise." He began to caress the window, teasing it open. Hogwarts sighed, the fight leaving him. He relaxed, allowing the tentacle inside where it brushed against the inner walls. Before settling on the stone floor, he fastened the suction cups to the floor, lifting the tentacle away so that it pulled on the floor without losing its grip. What? Should I continue? Yeah! Another sigh swept through the halls of Hogwarts. "Oh, Merlin, that feels so good." His rapture turned to fright as he felt the tentacle work its way into a second window. "I don't... Trust me, it'll feel good. Remember this?" He pulled the suction cups a little harder, and Hogwarts groaned. "Do that again." The giant squid complied, and he did so. Thrust his second tentacle in. Hogwarts shuddered, coming very close to ending the fun. The giant squid backed off, unwilling to finish so soon. He waited for Hogwarts to calm down before sending the second tentacle to search the room. He felt the need to fill Hogwarts as much as possible, and he raised another tentacle, caressing his outer walls, running along windowsills and tracing individual bricks. So caught up in the bliss, Hogwarts didn't notice the giant squid slip in a third and fourth tentacle.
So, who needs to go take a cold shower?
The giant squid will assist you taking a cold shower at this point. This is incredible, Hogwarts breathed. This isn't even the best part. He held up his two longest tentacles. These can reach farther than a room. They can go into your hallways. I want them in me. Are you sure? They're quite large. Apprehension rolled through his kitchen again. While he was deciding, the giant squid forced another tentacle in. You have 3 tentacles left to decide. What happens if I don't? In response, the giant squid slid a 6th into another window. 2, he said simply and with a hint of warning.
They're having fun.
Apparently.
So, keep going.
Hogwarts could take them all. He knew he could. But what would the other wizarding schools think? Would Beauxbatons allow a giant squid to violate her? Certainly not! If Durmstrang ever found out, there'd be no end of teasing. The giant squid grew impatient and slid a 7th tentacle into a window, followed immediately by an 8th. 2, 1. Time's up and you didn't decide. What? But that's not fair! It's a simple answer, yes or no. Now I'll have to punish you. And with that, he struck Hogwarts square on the outer wall with a paddle-like tentacle. Hogwarts yelped and tried to squirm away.
It's a building. It's a building. Where are we?
But the tentacles in his foundation held firm. The giant squid struck him with the other. Again and again, he spanked the naughty wizarding school until he sobbed for the giant squid to stop. And still he spanked. The giant squid finally stopped, but Hogwarts didn't have time for a reprieve before the giant squid forced his extra long, spanking tentacles into 2 separate windows. They slid through the room and forced the doors open, the pain only adding to Hogwarts' pleasure. The tentacles were in the halls now, massaging the long stone tunnels. I have like 5 paragraphs left to go. Should I continue? This was incredible, the giant squid thought. He really should have done this ages ago. Every tentacle was in a different window. No schoolgirl, no matter how many movies she made, could hold all 10 tentacles at once. Each one moved differently and with a different pace, driving Hogwarts crazy with the inability to match his speed. He felt that familiar feeling and doubled his efforts. Ink exploded all over Hogwarts, some finding its way into the windows. He unified his tentacles somewhat, completely focused on Hogwarts. He must be close. Then it happened. Water shot out of the faucets. Toilets overflowed and bread set in ovens to keep warm. And bread set in ovens to keep warm by thoughtful house elves exploded.
House elves died.
Thousands.
Hogwarts shook violently to his foundations, rousing Filch from bed and sending house elves and Mrs. Norris scrambling for cover. Even Hagrid heard a groan of stone and came running. They searched around the castle and through the castle but found no sign of intruders. Most perplexing was the sticky ink on one side of the castle. Hagrid peered through the dark toward the lake, but was unable to see the ripples left in the wake of the giant squid. The giant squid slipped beneath the waves, wanting to grin even though his beak was incapable. He anticipated a very short summer before the professors and students returned, so he had better make the most of it. The end.
We're just just over the halfway mark. How's everyone feeling? Down and back. So, would anyone in this room like to hear Sonic and the Great War? Now, I'm just going to point out that this fic has a lot of author's notes, randomly in paragraphs, very little sentences, because it's all one big, and very little capital letters. Otherwise, all right, we're just going to jump right in. One day, Sonic was walking down the road with his best friend Tails, when all of a sudden, a portal from Portal 2 opened. Authors know, because that's my favorite game, and if you don't like it, then you're gay. Shots fired, everybody. Anyways, Narutasha came out. Authors note, she's my Naruto fan character. And she said that there was trouble going on in Ponyville and they needed their help. Now in Ponyville, Sonic eats his Mario Star and becomes Sonic Unleashed, which is my second favorite game. Suddenly, Yukimoto appears and says, gets better, it's time to duel. Then Mario comes out of the sewer pipe with Yoshi and says, "Comrade, I will protect Da." Yugi uses his card Death Gun. "You think Death Gun can stop my signature move?" says Mario as he smirks. Captain Price then shouts, "Mario used Mega Punch." Does anyone have any idea what's happening? No? Good. It was super effective. Yugi now laughing. "You think Mega Punch is enough to stop Death Gun? Allow me to show you my true power. Death Gun used Desert Eagle." The attack was super effective. Mario now bleeding out on the ground as he died beevily. Haha! It is done. Now I will help you, Sonic and crew. Yugi now joining Sonic on his quest to protect Ponyville. Not even. During this high excitement duel, Tails spots something in the distance. "Oh no, it can't be," says Narutasha. "It's Pokemashu from Digimon D." What? Don't ask me. Sonic killed him with a sniper rifle 360 no-scope. The war of the century was about to begin. Little did Captain Price know that by 360 no-scoping Pokemasu, he summoned a dark force from Brazil, Shadow the Hedgehog. Sorry, but my guns are more powerful than even Narutasha's Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yugi then uses his most powerful cards, Darth Maul. Shadow laughs. "You think Darth Maul can stop me?" Shadow then pulls out his most powerful card. I think it's a card battle, guys. Kirata of Galegun Online. Shadow, now without a Digimon, now has to use his last option. So it comes down to this. Dragonite. I chose you! Shadow sent out Dragonite to fight Kirata, but Kirata didn't want to fight. She had other things in mind. Kirata yells, "I have no time for this! I have to have sex with my girlfriend Narutasha!" Author's note, I've seen porn before, I know how this works. JJ, and Narutasha starts to use her sexy jutsu. At the moment, Hirata realized that it was working, and she started to moan. Oh yeah, it was so freaking hot. Author's note, I have a boner right now, and yeah, I know what a boner is. I feel like I should be reading this in the voice of Quinn Morgendorfer. I can't go that high. Anyway, it was super hot because they both started licking each other's boobies and started moaning. Oh yeah, please give me more, said Hirata. Oh yeah, I will, said Narutasha. There are no quotations whatsoever, by the way. All of a sudden, she brings out a double-sided dildo, and they started sticking it in their vajayjays, and then they started to orgasm, and it was super hot. Guys, I'm almost on chapter 1. All of a sudden, Eggman showed up.
I hate that kind of talk.
Hello, Shadow. Remember me? Shadow then turned around and fired a rocket launcher. Eggman says, you will never beat me, you crap. I will beat your dang ass. Not on my watch, says Shadow, the evil demon. Eggman shots an RPG at Shadow's face. What? Shadow just dodges it. Crap, says Eggman. I have no choice but to send out Dark Vader to finish you off. I've got this, said Rainbow Dash. I think the author suddenly remembered they were in Ponyville. And she zoomed in and started fighting Dark Vader. But Dark Vader used his lightsaber to stab Rainbow Dash in the heart. No! Said Applejack. Monster! You killed her! I will avenge her death. Kamehameha! She turned, went Super Saiyan, and killed Darth Vader. Would you guys like me to finish chapter 1? Yeah! Eggman was shocked, and no one had ever killed Darth Vader before. Well then, I'll just have to use my ultimate attack. Behold, the nuke! A nuke silo emerged out of the ground, and Eggman was about to launch it, but then Duke Nukem showed up. And he kicked Eggman in the balls. Pardon? Essentially, I'm picturing the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny, like going through my head. Okay. Oh, now, shit, where did I land? Thanks. No need to thank me, said Duke to Sonic. I'm guessing Duke saved the day. I'll be on my way now. Remember to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And then a flying limo showed up and it took Duke away. But Eggman got up. Now I have you, you pesky hedgehog. Oh my god, they spelled hedgehog right. And he shot feminization ray at Sonic. Sonic then got boobs and was super sexy and turned into Sasha, my fan character. Author's notes. Then Eggman started to beat up Sonic, or should I say, Sasha. But then I showed up. That's right, me, the author. Oh, fuck you. I'm officially pissed off at this. How dare you beat the love of my life? I then pulled out an RPG, my weapon of choice in COD, I guess Call of Duty, and killed Eggman. That'll teach him for messing with my girlfriend. I'm guessing he's 13, or she's 13, because this is, yeah. But then Shadow showed up. So, Jeremy, who the fuck is Jeremy? We meet again. So we do. I said, I'll show you who's boss. Shadow then pulled out a grenade launcher, while I pulled out my RPG. Shadow shot some grenades, but I dodged them all, and then I fired my RPG, but I missed. "You're too slow," said Shadow. But all of a sudden, a sound coming from the east was playing, and everyone stopped fighting. "What is this amazing sound?" said Sasha. "It was my favorite band, Skrillex." "No one can stop our magical dubstep," shouted Skrillex. "No, it cannot be. I thought I killed you all," said Shadow. "Shadow, you couldn't have forgot that our wubs contain unexplainable magical powers. An even greater war was about to begin, but for now, this episode is over. Tell me what you think. To be continued." Time. So we're gonna get kicked out of here in 10 minutes.
We have been told that we can go up to the 1 a.m. mark if people actually want to stay to that point, but it's really
So we don't have a limit, everybody.
We do not have a time limit. Our time limit is technically when security kicks us out.
All right.
I have the power of the internet. We could go forever.
All right. Now, before we get crazy, would anyone like me to jump right into Sonic and the Great War Chapter 2? Okay. Shadow and Skrillex stared at each other for a good minute with hate in both of their eyes. "You will pay for what you did to Tails back in Vietnam."